It's late Saturday morning. Not much plans for the weekend. Weather's pretty decent. Time to make some progress on the cars. Just going to jot down a little plan for what I want to do this weekend, which is typically an extremely ambitious plan that never actually gets accomplished, but we're setting goals. First thing I want to do is rear hatch weather strip, which should be just take it off and throw it on, pull off a couple little pieces of trim, except for the last person who replaced it really caked her on with some weather strip adhesive, so not quite sure how that's going to go. Next on the Corvette, I want to clean the engine bay. Coolant temp sensor, idle air, solenoids, fix the flapping part, detail the interior, find door parts. Missing some door parts on the driver's door, so hopefully I can take a trip over to C4 Corvette guy's place and he'll have everything I need there to be able to get my window all the way up. But these are the current projects that I'm shooting for this weekend, if I'm lucky. I'm also gonna put on, used to say, crossfire. I took that off because it was nasty. Somebody painted over this. It's kind of rough looking. I don't think I'm going to go full-fledged restore on this right now. But I did take off the Crossfire injection logo and gave it a little paint. Ooh. So I'll probably just glue that back on. Quick before of the engine bay. It's not bad. But I'm like a pre-washing kind of guy. I bet these cars driving by are great for the audio. But anyway, I'm like a pre-washing kind of guy. I'm more apt to, instead of get everything fixed and then clean it up a little bit before and then as I go. That way, by the time the project is completely done, you just got to put on the finishing touches as far as the details. And you're not working on a dirty, nasty project. Here's this. Oh, it might not be horrible. Ooh. That's promising. That's very, very promising. Much more promising than I thought up here. Awesome. But before I just go prying on stuff, I'm going to take off this interior trim. Gonna pop these off. Or at least one, slide it in, pop it on, then the other. Look at that stain. You should have saw it whenever I first got this car. I've been like working on that stain as much as I've been working on the engine. So yeah. Maybe it won't be horrible. Ooh. Guess I'll get at it. think I'm just gonna put it in like this. Let it kind of stretch out, warm up, work its way into place. See how that goes. Come back later if necessary. Put in any adhesive. A lot of screws missing in here. A lot of screws. Which, you know, made this a whole lot of, I gotta vacuum this. You gotta get. I don't know if people honk at me when they drive by because they're like, hey, Steve. Or if they're like, hey, car guy. But I just wave. Okay. We're in phase one, good enough. Let's give it a close. See what happens. It's a little short in the corners. In here and stuff. Don't know. How I feel about that. If I should, there's a way to stretch them or warm them or whatever. But I think that's a little bit shy. Maybe I do need to glue it in. Like I said, I'm gonna let it warm up and settle in for, I don't know, till a day that's warm. Also, just drive it for a little, see if it leaks, and this probably wasn't the most high quality Weatherstrip. Maybe see how this goes and maybe upgrade or warm this one up or stretch it out or glue it in. We'll see how she behaves. Time to move some cars. Already moved the truck and then moved the wife's car and then I'll move the Camaro over there and then the Corvette in. I spend probably an equal amount of time moving cars around and then preparing to do the work as doing the work. I think that's just part of the game. let that motor cool down a little bit before I give it a detail. I need to make a quick adjustment to the flapper part because the door is hitting it now when I open it. This thing's flopping all over the place because this should be on here and it's instead on here. So I'm just gonna switch that around. After much deliberation and staring, I figured out how to really fix it. You just put it maybe there. You just do that. You just put it on the top instead of under it, and then you put that on there, and then it's fixed. Solid as a rock-ish. Probably could use a few more in here, like there. You know, but it's way improved. Okay, step one. Got the distributor covered. These air intakes covered. I don't know if you need to cover those air intakes, but I'm just gonna. I don't know if you should spray this motor, but I'm just gonna. I would probably strongly advise against, if you have an LT1. I don't know about this Crossfire. Seems like it would be fine. I unhooked the battery. I'm gonna let it cool down quite a bit. Then I'm gonna spray it. And then I'm gonna leave the battery unhooked for a long period of time. Let it dry out before I hook it all back up, and I believe it should be fine. We'll see. Putting purple power in a foam cannon. Gotta do. Pro tip, every time you put in a new tip, point it away first. Make sure it doesn't shoot out of there 50,000 miles per hour onto your car. Okay, now I'm gonna let that tire cleaner sit for a while. Let the engine dry for a while. Wipe it down with a microfiber, get any excess, and that'll be good for now. Filming and the working, challenging. There's lessons to be learned here. My microphone broke. I don't really have the best way to set up the camera all the time. I live by a busy road where there's constantly cars driving by. So, I have to figure some things out. But at the moment, I've at least accomplished rear hatch weatherstrip, clean engine bay, fix flopping part. All right, we've made some progress. The engine bay could be better. Oh, had a wire brush stuck to my foot because I'm out here in the garage in my socks. Socks, wire brush. Don't do that. Whoop. Not too bad. The problem is this. Paint's coming off super easy. And I need to just take it off and redo it. But overall, still looks quite a bit better in here once I repaint that air cleaner. It looked pretty good. We're off to a good start. I do, however, have to wait on putting on my crossfire injection things on the air cleaner though until it gets painted. So I guess that's a project that's gonna have to wait. Oh yeah, parts. What I'm doing now is changing the coolant temperature sensor, which is right there. It's the shiny gold thing. Additionally, I need to change this connection to a new style connection. It's hard to hold the camera and M&Ms. Sensor. Plug. These things. It's the next morning. Cold start. So typically, it doesn't want to start at all. Once you get it going, it's like it's carbureted and it's 0 degrees outside. Kind of a starting experience. Then once you get it going, it's good for the day. Next morning, doesn't want to start. I replaced the coolant temp sensor on the front of the block along with the new plug. Oh, and it was throwing code for check engine light. Here we go. Oh, I forgot. It's a stick. Bam! Fires right up. Normal idle. It was idling at 1100. Now, it's hard to tell. It's like, 6, 7, whatever. Normal. And no engine light. I was not that serious. I really did not believe that this thing and Chat GPT would lead me down the correct path to fix this car. But here we are. I am unbelievably surprised and happy and relieved that this car's idling fantastic right now. It's a cool feeling when you don't know what you're doing at all whatsoever, and then you do it. And that's what I like most about working on cars. On to the next one. It's hard to tell, on the video, audio, because the windows don't roll up all the way and everything. But man, wow! It's like a different car with weather stripping. It makes wow, it's surprising. Not really. How much of a huge difference it makes. Took a little trip to C4 Corvette guy's place and got this. Interior door panel with all the parts that I need already on it. So that is going to save some time, make things a little easier. While I was there, I also picked up a rearview mirror, because mine is all spotted and black. So all in all, it was a pretty good weekend with the Corvette. Got everything crossed off the list except for detail the interior, which I kind of want to get that door panel put together and the ability to get the window up and down fixed before I detail the interior anyway. That way I can have the door panel on and have it all done at one time and functional. So that'll definitely be next on the list with the Corvette, to take apart that door, put in the new regulator, old regulator, and make sure I have a functional door panel, window, and also that controls the windshield wipers. So that is next on the agenda for the '84 Corvette, and that'll probably be the next thing that I do out in the garage as well. It's pretty much the only thing keeping me from being able to drive this car like a daily driver. So stay tuned for that one next. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thank you.